Yes, Nithyanand. We are now entering into the glimpses of the glorious past on the 26th of April. In this segment, we see throughout the years of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's Leela and how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revived Sri Kailasa, the only Hindu nation. So, beginning on the 26th of April 2006, on this very day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism introduces the Shiva Sutras in Seattle, Washington, United States. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained that the Shiva Sutras is the technology of the inner science. He further explained the difference between the Western studies of yoga, which is mostly taught superficially without learning the roots, versus the Vedic way of teaching, which is done orally, also called Shruti. Shruti is what is heard, not read or memorized. It is through Shruti, the oral tradition learned directly from the authentic source and person living the traditions, which gives you the ultimate experience and maximum benefits. Later that day, a research on the results of meditation on brain waves was conducted on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Let us now see an excerpt from the beautiful satsang.
There is a beautiful statement by a rishi. Shrunmand Vishwe Amritasya Putraha Vedaha Meham Purusham Mahantam. He says, O sons of immortality, I have seen the truth. I am expressing it to you. Let you all realize it. Understand a basic thing. This one example. When you are driving, do you plan every step? How much you need to press the accelerator, when you need to press the brake, when you need to turn, when you need to turn right, turn left. Do you plan? No. In the initial level, when you get trained, you may plan. But once you learn driving, just you sit. Many times, you don't even remember. When you get into the car, the next thought will be when you get down in your office. Am I right? You don't even remember you are driving. Either you are listening to the music or talking in cell phone or eating in the West especially. That is the restaurant. That is the restaurant. That is the STD booth. That is the music bar. Everything. Everything is going on. Sometimes all three goes on. And you are driving. Only when you park in front of your office, suddenly you remember, you finished your driving. You finished your journey. How is this happening? This is what we call prarabdha, bio-memory. You have an intelligence, an automatic intelligence to run, to maintain, to live and expand your life. Please understand, what I am speaking is a very basic truth. Only if you have suffered in your life enough by your mind, you can understand what I am saying. Only if you have come to the verge of suspecting your own identity, you can understand. If you are still suspecting me about my identity, you cannot understand. If you are ready to doubt your identity, only then you will be able to understand what I am speaking, what I am expressing. Understand, the identity which you are carrying, or what you think as you, what you possess or believe will protect you in your life, is not necessary to live your life. In Sanskrit, we have a beautiful word, prarabdha karma. Means the intelligence are the energy based on which you created this body. What we call biomemory. You designed your body when you took birth. You designed your body to enjoy particular enjoyments, to live for a particular number of years. Your life, your enjoyments, whatever you want to do, you decide when you take birth, based on your prarabdha, based on what you think as the juice of the life. If you think only eating is the life, you will take pig janma. Pig body is the right body, because pig doesn't have to go for a job. Whole day you can eat. If you think the best thing in the life is sleeping, naturally you will create a buffalo body. Because buffaloes doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to waste 10 years of his life by going to school. He doesn't have to waste 1/3 of his life by working in the office. So many things he doesn't have to do. All he needs to do is just chew and lie down. What you believe as the essence of life, what you believe is the greatest joy of the life, based on that you design your body. You design your system. That's what we call prarabdha. You came with a prarabdha. You decided, you designed your system. That designing, that memory has got enough of intelligence to live, run and expand your life. Trusting that intelligence and relaxing is what I call devotion, bhakti, sharanagati. Understand? The intelligence which is living in your life, which is running your life, trusting that and relaxing is what I call sharanagati, surrender. In our life, we are neither taught nor allowed to have the confidence you have an intelligence in you. Always you are given only guilt. Only if you live with the guilt, you can be easily exploited. The society which is created based on power and politics, the social systems which is created by Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, means business people and politicians, naturally will have techniques only to keep people in guilt. But the social system created by rishis, enlightened masters, Vedic seers, that system naturally helps people to liberate people towards more and more expression of freedom, more and more towards the freedom. Understand the big difference. The society created by Vedic system are the rishis, enlightened masters, and the social structure created by politician and businessmen. There is a big difference between these two systems. Be very clear. If your body is an income source for somebody, naturally you will invent more and more diseases and medicines. Am I right? Because it is an income source. Understand? If your body is an income source for somebody, naturally he will be happy when you fall sick. What he will be praying? For example, you and your doctor, both of you come here and both of you pray to God. What you will be praying? You will pray for your business and he will pray for his business. Be very clear. Naturally, each one has to bother about their survival, bother about their life and their expansion. The lifestyle of the East, the Vedic system, the yogic lifestyle is created by enlightened masters. That is why constantly they give you the confidence. Even when you fail, they say, no, don't worry.
We are now moving on to the 26th of April 2011. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism paid respects to Sai Baba on the 26th of April. And on the 26th of April 2012, in that day's presidential address, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism answered questions from devotees. The first delegate asked him to define Nirvikalpa Samadhi and to give practices that can lead us to that state. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism replied that Nirvikalpa means undisturbed, unchanging inner space, and the current program in which the questioner is participating, inner awakening, provides exactly the training to achieve it. The second question was from a devotee who was able to travel to Mount Kailasa last summer despite severe arthritis. She asked how Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism made it possible. He answered that since she had experienced Kundalini awakening in his presence, her biomemory now obeys his strength, his energy more strongly than hers, so he was able to correct her illness. The third question inquired whether conscious awareness exists in comatose accident victims and whether they can work on their karma in such condition. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism responded that if they had raised their consciousness prior to the injury, they can effect spiritual work in a vegetative state. But if not, they will have to wait for the next birth to continue their evolution. Let us now see the various happenings of the 26th of April 2012.
The first question is from Sadhana, IA ID number 65. She is asking, Dearest Swamiji, please explain what is Nirvikalpa Samadhi? How can I attain it? Can one hold prana outside the body at will when one achieves Nirvikalpa Samadhi? Please guide me what steps, what tapas, what kriya I perform to attain it. Sadhana, IA ID number 65.
Sadhana, please understand, Nirvikalpa means being without any changes. Vikalpa means changes, oscillation, diversion, dilution, differentiation. All these can be different meanings of the word, the Vikalpa. Nirvikalpa means without any of this. When one achieves Nirvikalpa Samadhi, he literally becomes God. He becomes one with the ultimate. Nirvikalpa Samadhi means your whole being, your whole identity dissolving into the cosmic existence. The individual inner space has no more disturbances, differences. Next question, how can I attain it? There are millions of methods, process, procedures. Pick up any one sincerely, authentically. You are already doing inner awakening. You are already initiated into unclutching. Best direct experience of Nirvikalpa Samadhi can be had by unclutching. Please understand. Unclutching is not even a path leading to Nirvikalpa Samadhi. It is a process directly giving you the experience of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. The moment you start unclutching, you are falling into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. It is not a peak to attain it. It is a valley in which you need to fall. It is not an object to attain it, peak to achieve it. It is valley to be fallen in it. When one achieves Nirvikalpa Samadhi, it is not even an achievement. Sadhana, to tell you honestly, you are asking so many questions about Nirvikalpa Samadhi, but any answer about Nirvikalpa Samadhi will not be truthful when you achieve that state. Now, whatever I say, when you start experiencing, you will only find my words are inadequate. If a common man, person who is in the road, who is a new seeker, if you ask this question, I can give an elaborate answer, because I know for sure this guy is not going to achieve it. It is like a collecting maps. There are some fellows who are crazy about collecting maps but never travel. There are some fellows who are crazy about collecting menu cards but never eat. Crazy of collecting all the postal stamps but never send anything. Crazy of collecting coins but will never spend anything. Crazy of collecting swords but doesn't know how to fight. I know there are some people crazy of collecting things will never use it. Same way, if a onlooker or a person who is not that authentic or sincere, if you ask about this question, what is Nirvikalpa Samadhi, I can give poetries after poetries after poetries. I can sing any number of songs. He is not going to experiment it or experience it. But sadhana, you are already in the inner awakening. You are getting into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So when I answer you, I wanted to be very responsible. Any word I give about Nirvikalpa Samadhi will be inadequate when you experience it. You are asking, can one hold prana outside the body at will when one achieves Nirvikalpa Samadhi? When you achieve Nirvikalpa Samadhi, you can hold prana out, in and out and in, anywhere you want. What steps, what tapas, what kriya I perform to attain it? Sadhana, you are already doing it. Inner awakening is the steps. Inner awakening is the tapas. Inner awakening is the kriya. You need to perform to attain it, and you are doing it. Next question.
The question is, Dear Swamiji, I suffer from severe arthritis and had no hope of ever traveling to a place like Kailash. But while traveling with you last year, I had an unbelievably pain-free and pleasant journey. You had said that just being in an avatar's physical presence transforms even your physiology. Can you explain this miracle? We don't have the questioner's name.
All right. Maybe because the person is talking about the personal disease, doesn't want to reveal the name. That's okay. But I know. The question is, I suffer from severe arthritis and I had no hope of ever traveling to a place like Kailash. I still remember when she came to me and asked that I want to come to Kailash, this person who put this question, I said no, because I know she has arthritis and she is quite old. Of course, women will feel offended if I say old. That's why I have to use the word quite old. It means old. So, but she came in Kalpataru and asked this as a boon. God, what all technical loopholes people find. In Kalpataru, what can I do? I said, all right, it will happen. That's it. She went to the doctor, got the medical certificate and joined the trip. In Nepal, she's telling me, when we all have landed in Kathmandu, she's telling Swamiji, due to this cold, my arthritis is aggravating. I said, oh God. But one fortunate thing is our Kundalini has already awakened because she has done some program. She has done IA also. Kundalini has awakened. You see, if your Kundalini is awakened, if you had a levitation experience even once, no need to have while you are sitting there. If you have had in my presence when I am initiating you directly, even once, then you can be very clear. Your body will obey to me more than your biomemory. Any disease you create for yourself, any trouble you create for yourself, I can get you out of it just like that. Because beyond the troubles you create for yourself, your inner biomemory listens to me. I can easily get you out of any problem. So she already had a Kundalini awakening. And I blessed her and healed her. Immediately she started levitating and then pain disappeared. I said, you will not have any pain. Don't bother. I'll take care. That's all. Immediately her biomemory listened. See, your biomemory listens to me more than you, only in a positive way. And I cannot do anything wrong to you. Of course, I won't do, that is different. I cannot do anything wrong to you. In the highest consciousness, simply your biomemory listens to you. The highest consciousness. Anyhow, because she was in the fortunate space of able to experience Kundalini awakening, immediately she got healed. And throughout the Kailasa trip, till the end, she did not have any pain and her whole physiology cooperated. With that cold, usually cold aggravates arthritis. With that cold she managed. Your physiology is nothing but the physical extension of your psychology. If your psychology is healed, naturally, automatically, your physiology also gets healed. Please understand. If your psychology is healed, naturally, automatically, your physiology also gets healed. When physiology gets healed, when physiology responds to the Master's energy, presence, you can easily be given any spiritual experience. Spiritual experience will be very easy and highly possible. Because your whole being responds to the ultimate. Your whole being responds to that Kundalini energy. Next question.
The next question is from Terry's son, IA ID number 92. She's asking, when a person is a vegetative state due to traumas of the brain, is it possible for that person to still work on their consciousness, or do they have consciousness at all? When a person got into a tragic accident, does it have to do with their karma or just an unfortunate incident? If it is related to karma, then how does one completely burn off their karma in this lifetime? Thank you, Swamiji. Terry's son, IA ID number 92.
Terry, first thing, he has consciousness, but he will not be able to work on it. If he has already worked before the traumas of the brain on consciousness, then he will be able to work even during the coma state, even during the vegetative state. See, before getting into that vegetative state due to traumas of brain, if he has evolved consciously, like worked, meditated, lived that enlightened life, then even in the vegetative state, he will be working on his consciousness. But if he has not worked before, he will not be able to work during the vegetative state. And second question, when a person got into a tragic accident, does it have to do with their karma or just unfortunate incident? Terry's son, unfortunate incident itself is a karma. If it is related to karma, then how does one completely burn off their karma in this lifetime? After getting into that vegetative state, if you are trying to burn off your karma, it is not possible. You should have done it, you should have started the process before. If he has not started the process before, if he has fallen into the vegetative state already, nothing can be done. He has to die. Only in the next janma he can burn off the karmas. No other way. Next.
The next question is from Hiranmayi, ID number 12. She is asking Pujya Swamiji, Sadar Pranams. Why do people get thoughts to harm other beings? When suffering happens due to actions from such thoughts, where is God to protect the victim? Love, regards and gratitude. Hiranmayi, ID number 12.
Hiranmayi. Don't you see in that very question itself, you are showing that you are too small to ask these questions? It's like all the ants they gather and try to ask a question. Why is elephant also painted in the same color like us? Black should be reserved only for us, not for elephants. We will sue all the elephants and kill all of them. Throw them into the ocean and warn the gods not to create any more black elephants. Let me tell you, why do people get thoughts to harm other beings? It is not harming others basically, trying to expand your boundary, that's all. When you try to expand your boundary, whoever you feel will not fit ideologically with your boundary, you try to harm them. That's it. So expansion is basic nature of life. So some natural rules, when it becomes power, especially in many hands, this harming others, this kind of thoughts start happening. When suffering happens due to actions from such thoughts, where is God to protect the victim? Hiranmayi, understand, each one of you have an intelligence to protect yourself. That intelligence to protect yourself which is there inside you is God. I should actually ask, when the suffering happens due to such actions, where are you? God is there. It is you who is not letting the God to function and work. Protect yourself. So, Hiranmayi, even a small worm, if you try to kill, it will stand up to protect itself. So, the identity or the energy which is protecting itself constantly is God. It is there in every one of you, in all of us.
जीवन मुक्तिप्रदं देवं
Paramahamsa Nithyananda
We are now moving to the 26th of April 2013. In that day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism discussed the meaning of birth, purpose, and life purpose. Birth purpose is biomemory, our true reason for living. Happening purpose is muscle memory. What society teaches us should be our life's purpose. Conflict between these two creates feelings of powerlessness and lack of fulfillment. When we bring integrity to our awareness, we can align our sense of purpose, free ourselves from conflict, and discover enlightenment. Let us now see an excerpt from the satsang.
नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरु परंपराम्। इस समय हमारे साथ उपस्थित सभी दर्शकों और भक्तों का मैं प्रेम एवं आशीर्वाद सहित स्वागत करता हूँ। Today's subject for Nitya Satsang, fulfillment in the life. Please listen. All the unfulfillment in your life reminds you to become more authentic to your purpose of happening. Purpose of birth is different. Purpose of happening is different. Fortunately, if both align, you will become Jivan Mukta. Why you are born is your prarabdha. Purpose of birth, purpose of happening means after birth, so many things which came to you, your education, your knowledge, your intellect, your society, all the things came to your life decides purpose of your happening. Purpose of happening can be changed. It is called agamya in Sanskrit. Purpose of birth can be changed. If your purpose of birth and happening are aligned, you become enlightened. You become complete. Things which happen around you attracts your attention, makes you take momentary decision, gives you tremendous passion, kind of a fulfillment kick, feeling of fulfillment, but not the fulfillment itself. Many times, things which are happening around you gives you so much passion. Before even you achieve the fulfillment of your life, birth, you leave the body. I'll give you examples. Vivekananda, he was filled with so much of energy. By the grace of Ramakrishna, he found purpose of his birth and purpose of happening. Both aligned. He completed and left the body. See, when I say the word purpose of happening, what appears to be your goal based on your desires and options you choose. You may choose to become a great engineer. You may choose to become a great doctor. You may choose to become a great architect. You may choose to become a great actor. This all is purpose of happening, because these all you decide after somebody tells you, society shows you. It is called akamya, means after you see, look around, do the window shopping, you pick up the object you need to buy. But you did not go to the shop or mall with that aim when you started from your house. You started from your house with what idea you are going. Means if you are going to buy groceries, that is the purpose of your birth. After going there, you see too many things displayed. You go around, do the window shopping. Along with groceries, you start buying jewels also, clothes also. That is purpose of happening. Make out the difference. For what you start from the house and go to mall is purpose of birth. What all inspires inspires you and you start doing other than your main purpose is purpose of happening. Many times you spend all your money in purpose of happening and forget the purpose of birth itself. Aligning these two will directly lead you to success. Aligning these two will directly lead you to success. Please listen. How to align? Give you the simple basic truth. Constantly be in integrity in your thinking. Even the subtle negativities, wipe them, wipe them, wipe them. Infuse complete awareness into your thinking and bring authenticity in your thinking and actions. I'll give you the essence in Hindi. आज की सत्संग का विषय है जीवन की पूर्णत्व. आपके जीवन में विषय है एक आपके जीवन में दो विषय है. एक आपके जीवन का एक उद्देश्य, दूसरा आपके जीवन में हर क्षण हो रहे अनेक घटनाएं. अगर वह उद्देश्य और जो आपके अंदर एवं भीतर होने वाले हर घटना एक ही तालमेल में रहते हैं, आप जीवन मुक्त कहलाता है. उदाहरण के लिए विवेकानंद जी के जीवन का उद्देश्य और उनके जीवन में हुए हर घटना एक ही तालमेल में थे. Aligning, either you align or malign. Either you align the purpose with the purpose of your birth or malign the purpose of your birth. It is so unfortunate. Human beings do not know how to align with even their own birth, purpose of their own birth. When you constantly practice integrity, you will see not only negativities are weeded out, negativities disappear, you will also see the unusual happening inside you. Suddenly, hundreds of thoughts constantly which you repeat in you unconsciously will start disappearing. It will start evaporating. You will find more space in your inside. If you feel more space inside you, you will feel conflict free and powerful. Too much of traffic congestion inside your inner space is powerlessness and contradictions and conflicts. If your inner space traffic is too congested, you will feel contradictory, conflict and powerless. If your inner space has a lot of free space, means you are relaxed, you are in restful awareness, you have joy, you have fulfillment, you. That takes away so much of conflicts, contradictions and powerlessness. आपके जीवन का उद्देश्य और जीवन में होने वाले हर घटना को लगातार संरक्षित कीजिए. People ask me, as I said, how can I find out my purpose of birth? I think you should continue to practice integrity. जब आप लगातार संपूर्ति का अभ्यास करते हैं, आप देखेंगे कि आपके अंतर नकारात्मक सोच विचार एवं मनोभावना समाप्त हो जाएंगे तब आप एक विशाल अंतर आकाश को अनुभव कर पाएंगे। जब आपके अंतर आकाश संकुचित स्थिति में रहती है, आप संघर्ष का अनुभव करते हैं। जब आपकी अंतर आकाश विस्तारित होती है, आप आनंद में स्थिति में रहते हैं। Constantly practice integrity means infusing awareness in your thinking. Infusing awareness into your thinking. Your thinking has to be filled with integrity. Be very clear. Any word you give to others, you will fulfill. Any word you give it to you, you will fulfill. You will fulfill the words you gave it to you. You will fulfill the words you gave it to others. When you start living this, the words you give it to you will start reducing. You will become more aware, more conscious of the words you utter towards you. When you become more aware of the words you utter towards you, when you reduce the words you utter towards you, you will have so much of inner space. So much of inner space, you become enlightened. You become enlightened. Understand the purpose of enlightenment. The purpose of happening. The happening happens more with the information fed to your senses, which becomes your muscle memory. Like if you are constantly eating pizza, that will become muscle memory in your tongue. If you are constantly listening to certain music, that will become muscle memory in your body. If you are constantly enjoying certain visuals, that will become muscle memory in your eyes. So, if the purpose of your birth is like your biomemory with which you came, the purpose of happening is which is forced on you. If you start living integrity, which is forced on you, will lose power over you. The fight between your biomemory and muscle memory, biomemory will win. Biomemory will take over the muscle memory. See, all the conflicts you have in your life is the conflict between what you feel as purpose of you and what society teaches you as purpose of you. That is why all over the world, not only me, any spiritual guru, when they teach about integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching, simply people get inspired because it is already in your biomemory. Integrity and authenticity is your biomemory, purpose of your birth. Any other strategy towards life is taught to you by society. Because it is taught to you by society, it is superficial. It has only the strength of your muscle memory. But integrity and authenticity, because you came with it, it has strength of your biomemory, support of your biomemory. See, when a seed is created, it is built to become a tree. After the tree starts sprouting, tree continues to grow, expand and gives the fruit. This whole mechanism is programmed, available in the format of a programming inside a seed. Same way, when you take birth,
We are now moving on to the 26th of April 2014. On this day, the presidential address, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanded on perpetual completion. He encouraged all the delegates to decide and declare that they are in a state of perpetual completion. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism defined perpetual completion as having the understanding that completion is easy and we opted for it. Just by remembrance, liberation is there. Our teamly can help us remember for the first few days. Then after that, self-remembrance will happen. And on the 26th of April 2015, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism presided over the day 6 of Meenakshi Brahmotsava celebrations. The day Jnanasambandar re-established Saivism in Madurai. Furthermore, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanded on verse 10, which reveals the important necessity to keep the seeking alive as the fire that constantly helps you to reinvent yourself. Quoting from his own enlightenment, he casted open the experiences of enlightened beings, incarnations, who, being the cosmos, are always established in seeking, as cosmos is constantly expanding, seeking, and never stagnant. Defining the what, why of seeking, he affirmed the need to keep seeking as a compelling reality in us, which is by looking into the basic questions: what am I looking, where am I looking, and not who am I? Because we cannot make a presumption whether we are inanimate being. Seeking is the antidote for pattern compulsions forced on us by the materialistic society, which never lets us sit back and look. We now enter into the 26th of April 2016. On that day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism presided over the Living Shuddhadvaitam Convention in the Ujjain Adhinam as part of the most auspicious and holiest event of Kumbh Mela. More than 4 crore people had visited the Mela and the Kailasa Nation's Ujjain campus during this 1-month period. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism welcomed VIPs and Minister Bhupendra Singh to his camp in Kumbh Mela in Ujjain. Minister Bhupendra Singh addressed the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism with lots of respect and expresses his appreciation for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's contribution to Kumbh Mela. We now enter into the year 26th of April 2017. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the day 8 of Inner Awakening Convention in Adi Kailasa, Bengaluru Adhinam. As part of the convention, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism presided over Nithyananda Yoga and conducted the Shivadiksha Level 1 and a Manifesting Shaktis session for the delegates. And on the 26th of April 2018, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the day 26 of Mahasadashivoham and the day 8 of Chitri Brahmotsavam. The Pattabhishekam or coronation ceremony of Goddess Meenakshi took place. Several rituals and abhishekams were performed to the crown of the deity, followed by Deeparadhana, Nitya Puja, and darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. On the auspicious day of Meenakshi Pattabhishekam, delegates of Mahasadashivoham, Nithyanandoham, and Nithyananda Yoga teacher training were initiated into energy darshan by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, getting blessed by the energy of the cosmic ruler, Devi Meenakshi. Around the world, several sevas as well as Nityananda Gurukul, Nityananda Yoga, and temple gatherings to enrich local communities and the world took place. Announcements were made of upcoming programs and shared with all globally. Let us now see the Nityananda Times of the 26th of April.
On the 8th day of the Chitra Brahmotsavam, the Pattabhishekam or coronation ceremony of Goddess Meenakshi happened. The Patabhishekam is a celebration of the divine ascending the throne as the ruler of the cosmos, and in this celebration, the coronation of Meenakshi Devi. The ceremony began with several rituals, after which Abhishekam was performed to the crown of the deity, followed by the Deeparadhana.
Nityeshwari, Omkari Ananda Nityeshwari, Parameshwari Nitya Nityeshwari, Namaste Sharanye Shive Sanukampe.
On the auspicious day of Meenakshi Patabhishekam, participants of the Parashakti Nithyanandam and Nityananda Yoga teacher training were initiated into energy darshan by Swamiji, getting blessed with the energy of the cosmic ruler, Devi Meenakshi.
It is from food exploitation starts. You are hooked. Understand? No city in the modern world food is available. Kamikagama says, I have seen, not only Kamikagama saying, I have seen my grandfather. Kamikagama says 10 trees, drumstick tree, papaya tree, 10 trees he says should be around, Sadashiva says, should be around your house and the cow. You will never be hungry, you will never need to sleep in hunger. Means each unit is complete self-sustaining for all the fundamental needs, for all basic needs. A small unit becomes self-sustaining. That is why we made road only for pilgrimage purpose. Kashi to Rameshwaram, Rameshwaram to Kanyakumari, only for pilgrimage purpose we made road. We did not make road for any transportation of goods, because every village is self-sufficient.
Annadan, or serving free food, is a powerful way to enrich people. Removing hunger is the first step to create the space for higher thought currents to be cognized or internalized. The worldwide Nityananda Sangha offers free food in various places, enriching about the importance of eating organic sattvic diet as per Bhagavad Shastra to raise the consciousness of humanity.
Nithyanandam, my name is Amitabh Shah. I am from Ahmedabad, but now I feel I am from the universe. I'm one with the cosmos, one with Swamiji. This has been the most joyful, tearful, beautiful, fun experience. Feel almost like that I've taken a rebirth. All the Shaktis here is not something that Swamiji speaks about or personally demonstrates or keeps it to himself. He actually gives it to everyone, anyone who makes it here. I have seen Vibhuti manifesting, materializing on my hands. I have seen glitter materializing on my hands, kumkum, sugar. Swamiji just gives, and it makes you realize that there has to be more than just this dimension here. Our nephew had come here. That guy, Swamiji initiates him, and as soon as he initiates him, he takes a book, puts on a blindfold and starts reading perfect, like we do with our two eyes. Someone writes a question and puts it in their pocket. Satvik, our nephew, can read it perfectly with one initiation. And Darshan does. He was diagnosed with ADHD. He is at the bottom of his class in the normal world. He's been kicked out of 4 schools. Comes here, starts materializing, starts manifesting all the Shaktis. He's gone back a different person. Swamiji is omnipotent, he's everywhere. Nithyananda.
You deciding and declaring, you will be in the space of perpetual completion. I tell you, when you are in the space of perpetual completion, everything looks beautiful.
We now move into the 26th of April 2020. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expounded various cosmic principles while talking on the subject Stop the Hindu Holocaust, Volume 6, during the day's Nithyananda Satsang. And with that, we come to the end of this beautiful segment of the glimpses of the glorious past. And we thank everyone who has joined us for this segment. And we invite all of you to the Paramashivoham Level 3 program. And we will now be getting ready to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in the Alive Satsang. So let's all sit straight and come to a space of deep listening and gratitude. And let's get ready to receive the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.